Good morning, it's Erin with Earth Healer Movement. I'm here doing my makeup, get ready with me. I'm hearing that song like, oh what a night, oh what a night. Just a lot of thoughts going on in my head. Just a lot going on. Alright, so I didn't do anything yet. I already took my son to school, so I have time to get ready. Amazing. I'm gonna do the Youth Activating Melon Serum from Meaningful Beauty. Well, I brushed my teeth. I wore my Invisalign retainers last night, which I don't do every night. Like, I get my Neutrogena wipes, makeup wipes, and I go under. Oh yeah, I already did that, but there was still some under. Okay, now I'm gonna do the under eye cream from Meaningful Beauty. Eye lifting cream. So what would you guys do if you won the lottery? Really think about that right now. Like, what would you do if you won the lottery? And you won like hundreds of millions of dollars. Would you be excited? What steps would you take? If you really process that and think about it, now if you think about, like, if you had nobody to share it with, and then think about that. Like, it's a different experience, right? Like, when I got my car, and stuff like that, like, it's like the people that you want to share things with that comes to your mind, and like who's been there for you, and what you can do with the money, like, you know, and who you can be with. But once you win the money, it's like, you have to really trust the people that you're around, right? And keep a close group. Like, it like changes your life completely. And you, like, trust is so important. So it's really important to build that trust, because that's like, God wants you to be surrounded by people that you can trust. That's not gonna lie to you, and he can give you your blessings, you know? Like, if you're not around good people that are treating you well, then how is, you know, if he blesses you, you're gonna have those people like take advantage of you. So he can't even bless you. So that's what God was having me think about this morning, and other times as well, that you have to really understand God. And like a parent. So imagine a kid gets straight A's and they're a really good kid and they do everything that the parents tell them to do, like that, you know, and the parents are good, and then the parents feel like, okay, we can feel like this kid is responsible enough to give them a car and to pay for their college, and that the money isn't going to go to waste. And then same thing with like, okay, I'm done with my meaningful beauty. Same thing with everything. Like a boss giving a job promotion. Like, have you been there? Have you been reliable? Have you been trustworthy? Have you been dedicated? Have you been committed? Have you been taking the proper steps to, you know, do better? And there's an evaluation that goes on, and God's evaluating. So he can't bless you if you haven't put the work in, if you don't deserve the prize, the reward. He can't bless you. He wants to bless us. He wants to bless us with rewards. And he doesn't want us to be alone receiving awards, because that's just going to make us isolate even more. Because we don't trust. Once there's like greedy people around that like want your fortune, want a, you know, a handout, then I gotta do my deodorant. So it's like kind of like a respect thing to like not put your deodorant on in front of people and like do stuff that's kind of like crude, like it's like burping and like farting and stuff like that. It's like respectful to like not do that in front of people. Like have respect for others, and that's what it's about. It's like an intimate, private thing you don't do in front of other people. So those things are important as well, to show respect for one another and dignity, like royalty. Like that you really like value another person, that you're not going to do disrespectful things in front of them. I'm hearing the word reverence, which I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna have to like look it up. Like, so you really have to go through your life believing that God is going to bless you, that you're you have to be a great person. You have to do the right things. You have to show integrity and morals and character, and you have to obey your parents that are telling you the right things to do. Like, you have to better yourself and try to be the best person you can be in order to receive the rewards. Like, that's how you receive the rewards in life. And if you don't believe, that's the whole, that's literally the entire thing, is believing. That's literally the start of all of it. If you don't believe, then you're not going to believe me when I'm telling you. You're not going to put in the effort and the steps because you don't believe. You think it's your logical mind. So when people say that they believe in God, I can tell if they believe in God. Like, they might think they believe in God, but are they living their life like they believe in God? Or is the church and like institutions preaching differently? They must be preaching differently. I can see that certain religions and certain things, the practices and the things that they do, are not of God. I can see that because God showed me who He is and told me who I am. And therefore, it's easy for me to see. I can see through, I'm seeing through the veil. Through the, I don't know, I'm hearing different things right now. The circus. It's like the circus act. That's what I'm hearing. There's a little bug flying around. A little tiny. It's just a clown circus. So some of these religions are just like clown circus. They're literally like the devil. Like, they're literally like worshiping the devil, but they're disguising it as God. Literally worshiping the devil. They don't even know what they're saying. They don't know what they're praying about. They're just listening to whatever anybody is saying. And it's like, wake up. We have Google. We have, like, you can research this stuff yourself. And you can see that what they're saying is false. And you just want to be in denial and think that what you're being told because your preacher is telling you, or your whatever, I'm hearing synagogue, I'm hearing like temple, I'm getting a picture of like Scientology. Like, if you're one religion, you can understand what I'm saying by thinking about other religions. Because all the religious people are like arguing over which religion is correct. And how ridiculous the other religion sounds. Did you ever think about your religion might be, your religion is looked upon the same way? Did you ever think about that? I mean, that's why we have the wars. Right now, we're having the Gaza Strip war and all that. The Israelis and all that. So they're fighting over religious beliefs. And what is the main thing that God is? God is love. What are the 10 commandments? Thou shalt not kill. Like, what kind of religion would... And then they're destroying the sacred land by fighting, because that's their karma. It's like the one thing that they love the most is getting destroyed. And they're getting madder and madder and madder. Anger is not the answer. I'm getting a vision of like Buddha and Japan. Like, do you see the Japanese temples getting destroyed? Do you see all the peaceful meditation practices that are non-violent? Do you see that country being war-torn? Do you see like bombs going off in like Japan and like peaceful countries that aren't about violence, that don't have that type of religion? You have to start questioning your own religion and thinking like, would God be destroying the thing that I love the most? Think about another religion, how you think that that's ridiculous or that's not true. That's how people think about your religion. You have to think of it as good versus evil. It's all one. If there's one God or one deity, one ruler of the universe, we have to believe in peace and harmony. If you're thinking about fighting and aggression and like fighting for what's yours, that's like a toddler, dude. Like, think about it. And if you're fighting with your wife or something about like what she wears on her clothing and stuff like that, that is not of God. Like, why did you marry that woman if you're gonna not like her and accept her for who she is? Women are equal to men. This is not some ancient book that we're like, that talked about like killing and raping and murdering and suffering and like that's okay. No. Like, what world are we living in? This is a modern day. Like, this is not like wake up to the truth. Okay, I'm gonna put some bronzer on my shoulder. Oh God, I can't even believe that, like, literally as a child, like, I knew I felt like this. It's like, what kind of world are we living in where the adults are acting so childish? And it's like so obvious to me because I didn't grow up in a household where I had any type of like teaching of what I needed to believe. I could believe whatever I wanted to believe in. And I studied and I came to my own conclusion, and then I became enlightened and awakened when I was like a couple years ago. So that's the truth. It came to me organically. God came to me organically as it should be, the natural way. It wasn't forced upon me by anybody. Nobody told me what to do. Nobody told me what to think. And we're very like, it's almost like hypocritical, like in college they tell you to like use your own mind and have your own thoughts, and like that's how we create, you know, like leaders, like thought leaders and like inventors, and that's how we expand our country and grow our technology, and, you know, like, education is key to growth. And now we have our fingertips on technology. Like, we can learn anything we want to. You don't even have to pay for an education. It's right there. But yet we're still being taught these archaic things because they want to control us. They want to tell us that we need college to learn. And yes, that is great to have an instructor and to have your peers, and like go, you know, do that, the exercises and all of that. It's very fundamentally important for you to go to college to study and learn, because the self-discipline and the motivation and the whole experience is all a part of it. But the fact that we, like, let's say we can't do that. Let's say we're older, you know, and we want to learn something, you know, we can study ourselves, and we can go to a school. But if we can't do that or afford that or something, we can at any time research things that we want. And some things are, you know, hidden from us, which they shouldn't be. But I'm just putting some, I don't know, putting some why do I keep saying Charlotte Tilbury? It's Laura Mercier translucent powder. Now I'm going in with some bronzer, but which I already did. That's why I was like, what am I doing? At this point, I don't know who believes in what. Like, and then there's another problem, is that a lot of what we've been told is wrong. So it's so crazy, dude. It's so crazy. I need to win the lottery. I need to create the businesses and write the books and do the practices and show the people the right way and God's favor over my life. But I need to have my partner with me in order for God to grant me the ability to go do God's work. I don't want to do it alone. God doesn't want me to do it alone and be vulnerable in this world to others that can harm me or try to manipulate me and try to like take away his blessings. Because we're in a harsh world. And that's not fun. It's not fun, like eating alone every day and being alone every day. Yeah, it's fine. But the magic of life is in like love and companionship. Like, there's just, that's like winning the lottery, is having a love partner where you can like laugh and like share life together. somebody to talk to and to, like, you know, say, oh yeah, can you believe this happened and that happened? And my kid is like this, like, go through life. Like, your kid's growing up and you're life changing, and just like sharing together. That's the most important thing of a relationship, is to trust one another and share life's journey, life's miracles that God gives you. And work together, like being good stewards. I'm hearing stewards, which I gotta look up that word too. Stewardship. And I kept hearing cultivation yesterday morning. Like, you cultivate a relationship, you nurture it and watch it grow. Like, that's what you do with a relationship. This is a Morphe, some blushes here. It's called Influencer. That's cool. So what would I do? I would keep being an influencer. I would create businesses to cultivate this company and the wealth to grow Earth Healer Movement. And I would stay on track, but I would want to have fun with a partner. I wouldn't want to do it alone. And I know, like, but I'm not out here seeking a partner. I'm not doing that. Because I've already been, like, shown who is supposed to be with me, but I haven't seen the evidence of it in the 3D world. Like, I haven't seen the trust and the, like, I haven't, like, been able to trust, because it's just like, it's just a mess. So it's almost like, if I won the lottery, it's almost like bittersweet. It's like that means that I have to go it alone. Like, I have to leave all the past behind. Like, if people didn't show me who they are in time, that I'm gonna have to just move on. And it's just like, it saddens me so bad. It's like, because I know my purpose, I know what I have to do, and I know what I've been told. You can't take anybody with you where you're going that hasn't been there already, that hasn't proven themselves worthy to take along. Yeah, you can show that you're a good person and that you can take care of other people, but what about me? What about taking care of me? Not like, oh, we're gonna do it in the future. Like, what about now? All we have is now. We don't live in the future. We don't live in the past. We live in the current time. Are you there for me now? Now is what counts. It's not about you and controlling. Yes, God understands. He sees your heart. He knows your intentions and all of that. But what about me? That's not treating me fairly or righteously. To leave me waiting, to leave me wondering, to leave me hurting, to leave me suffering, to leave me on my own. Yeah, I can do it on my own, but it's not. That's not what you do to your, you don't leave. You don't leave a diamond on the ground. You don't just discard it and like leave it. That's disrespectful. It's completely and utterly disrespectful to leave somebody that you love, even though they're okay. It's like, but how do you know I'm not okay? I haven't been okay. Just because I have a good attitude and a good spirit, I'm suffering every day. And it's just trauma and trauma and trauma. Like my dad left me with my mom. He thought I was okay. I was a kid. I didn't know if I was okay. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to protect myself. I didn't know what was going on in the world. How did I know what was okay until I reflect back on it later? How did I know? And it angers me to be left behind. Like I'm not worthy of. Everybody does that to me. My dad did that to me. My uncles did that to me, thinking like, I don't need any attention at all because I'm okay. I don't need to be loved by anybody because I'm okay. The family nowadays is so broken. It's so broken and awful. And God gives me understanding because like I have little nieces and nephews and stuff that I don't really talk to, but it's just like, it's not my place to be in their family. I'm not in their family anymore. And it's not, and they're, you know, it's just kind of, but that's how I felt as a kid. I felt like nobody's paying attention to me. Like nobody truly loves me. And that's weird. It's just strange. It's like, I know all this as a kid, like, and then we grow up to be adults and we do just things that, it's just strange. It's just very strange. I remember thinking like, why doesn't my grandma like, you know, live next to her family? Like why aren't they like close? Like they lived in New York and my grandma lived in California and they couldn't see each other. and they weren't like, or they weren't talking, some weren't like communicating, they weren't talking to each other. And as a kid, like, I couldn't understand, like, why. But then as an adult, you understand, like, but why is it like that? Why? It's because of our society, and it doesn't need to be like this. It's how we're being raised. It's our society, and it's ridiculous. Okay, there's a really cool burgundy color that matches this that I want to use. But I think first, I got distracted by these colors. But first, I want to put like some kind of like brown, like, I think I want to use this palette, and I want to use this one right here, and just like place this as like a neutral over. Everybody should, if we want world peace, everybody needs to adopt my approach to life. And then to raise their children to go about things the way that I'm saying, so there won't be abuse. There won't be all this trauma and abuse, and it's just growing. Look what it's creating around us. That's why we're having all these horrible things happen. Like all these crimes and murders and like stress and like disease and everything. Like a dirty community, crime and theft, and it's like so simple to change, how to change it. And it's like subconsciously we all know this, and it's like we don't know how to change it, and we're just so programmed and so brainwashed by everything that we can't even see what's in front of us. We can't even see the truth that's right in front of us. I was thinking about these things as when I was a child. And kept wondering, like, how come adults are acting like this? Like what kind of freaking world did I step into that this is even happening? It's crazy. It's literally a circus out here. This world is a circus. And everybody looks like a bunch of clowns. And the more that I know, the more clown, the more everybody just looks like a freaking clown. And how disgusting I was in that arena. I used to be in the circus. I escaped the circus. Okay, I'm gonna grab like a smaller brush to do this red. But yeah, think about if you won the lottery and you're able to buy all the things that you want, and then once the excitement of buying it wears off and it's just you sitting around with a bunch of stuff by yourself, nobody to eat dinner with, nobody to laugh and share anything with, it's the excitement just disappears. Well, if you're like a good person. Like, life is about experiences with others and like sharing with one another, and you have to trust. It's like the fundamentals of relationship, trust and communication. If you don't have that, if you do something wrong in a relationship, you need to communicate and repair it immediately. You don't just leave or like get embarrassed or something and just leave. No, you stay and you fix it. You know? You don't like give up and go, oh, the person doesn't like me anymore, and not even have a conversation about it. Not even like come to an understanding of what is the other person thinking. You don't know that. You can't assume. Assuming is making an ass out of you and me. It's the fundamentals of life. And all of this basic, important knowledge that God wants us to know is like lost. It's literally hidden within me. That's what I heard. It's hidden within me. And it's strange. It's like, it's common sense. But we're too brainwashed to even, we're too flooded with so many things, so many thoughts, that we can't even think for ourselves. There's so many things to think about. Oh, I kind of fixed that. Some of it came out. There's this broken one that broke because I dropped the case. I'm just putting it back inside. I'm gonna have to spray more and like pack it down again, but it worked. So these pieces like crumbled out, and I was just like putting them back inside there, like they were in the lid. And then if I spray it with the setting spray, get some liquid in there, then it will harden up like pack it down, and then it will harden up. And I'm going to use this as my eyeliner because I just use this brush. And that's another thing. It's like, so imagine you won the lottery and you would want to have like the perfect person to experience that with. Like the one that you want to be with forever. The one that you want to do everything with, because they're going to be there for you for your whole life. Because then you would trust them and you could share with them and you can like not have to like repeat yourself over and over again. Like if there's new people and they're gonna have to get to know you all over again, and like they don't know like what you've been through, they haven't experienced it themselves, like what your life is like. I'm gonna grab some of the charcoal now. Somebody that you grew trust with, and they trust you and you trust them, and you grew the love. And so you can just relax and let go and just enjoy and really like experience the joys of life together. You know, share the foods together. Share the experiences together. That's okay. So then on the flip side of it, imagine if you're alone, you win the lottery, and you buy all this stuff, and then you're alone in this mansion that you bought or whatever, this perfect place. And yeah, you could be happy, but imagine you have a love partner to share everything with, to make it like to have both. So which one's better than the other? If you're just alone your whole life and experiencing everything on your own, it might be better if if you can't trust somebody, if they haven't been there for you, if they just like abandon you, you'd be better off. But if they show you how much you mean to them, you're like taking a gamble, and God will do the rest. And you don't know which partner or who is going to be, you know, the lottery winner. You decide that with your heart. That's the lottery, is the person that you're going to be with, that you want to be with, that fulfills your life. That is like more than winning the lottery. Because imagine those people that are very wealthy and they're alone. They don't have love. They don't have somebody that they could trust and talk to. I think I have fallout under my eyes, so I'm going to have to redo my concealer. I'm just going to put some light concealer. You know, like you have a birthday and you have nobody to share it with. Imagine Christmas with nobody to share it with. Thanksgiving with nobody to share it with. You need to choose wisely. Like, who are you spending your time with? Like, who, not just, like whatever happens, happens. And no, you have to be mindful. And make your reality happen by expressing yourself and putting yourself out there and letting it be known what you want. And then taking the action to, okay, now that looks bad. I'm gonna have to go over that again because it looks dark. Taking the actions that need to be taken to make somebody feel like they can trust you. You know, if something goes wrong, if something happened, you can fix it. Because that's your lottery. That's like your ticket to happiness. And if you just like let it go, then that's being disrespectful to that person that you love. Like, you're just like letting them go. Whenever you love, like, whenever you have like a huge whenever you have like a relationship, it's a mutual thing. So you have to think that however much you care about somebody else, they probably care about you the same way, especially if they express that. And they're feeling the same way because it's like a mutual exchange of energy. And so if you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself and you just assume like, oh, they don't care about me, they're better off without me, so you're hurting two people. It's not just yourself that's gonna hurt. The other person is hurting as well because you're not stepping up and doing the things that need to be done to fix the relationship. You're just letting it go. You're just discarding it like it doesn't matter. And so the other person is like, okay, well, I guess I don't matter to that person because they just left. They didn't talk to me about it. They didn't want to fix it. They just left. So therefore, that means that they don't care about me. They're not trying to talk to me and explain what happened. They're not trying to repair it at all. They just want somebody else, or they just want to be alone. And there's nothing you can do at that point if somebody comes to that conclusion. I'm going to do this little trick. Oh, wait. I have some sparkly, some other like burgundy here I'm going to put on. Oops, I used this brush. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm being shown to like do the white over here. And then do take a different brush and do the burgundy on top. So that gives it more depth. Hopefully I'm not getting fallout. Okay, it's more sparkly and more depth. It's really cool. Now I'm going to put some under my eye. Okay. So yeah, imagine just like living in a mansion and just like having your sports cars and your mansion and your huge house and just empty with nobody there to share it with. And then what are you going to do? Try to go out and find people to like build relationships once you already have that? That's why they say money is the root of all evil, because imagine getting your money the bad way, you know, like the devil way, the way where it's like you manipulated others and you got the money and you got the stuff and then the people around you are just like you, that are like deceptive and not trusting and everything. And then it's like this hellish place that you created because people are taking advantage of you and hurting you and stealing from you and ruining the things that you achieved and breaking your heart, and or just living a life of gluttony and sin and chaos and like O.J. Simpson. It's like self-destruction. So you have to earn it the right way. You have to do the right things. Okay, I'm going to go in with this glowing powder. So you have to go through life thinking that, believing that God wants to bless you someday. And you have to live your life accordingly so God can bless you. And God will not give you love where you don't feel safe and trust and feel, you know, content. God is a God of clarity and truth. It's not a God of chaos and confusion. So if you're creating chaos and confusion in a relationship, then shame on you for doing that. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes and understand what they're going through, what you're teaching, what you're making how you're making somebody else feel. And if all you care about is material things, then you're not going to care how they feel, because you're not even in that heart space. You're thinking in a logical, like, you're not even thinking in the same realm as the other person. Like, they don't have a heart and a soul, and they don't want the same things as you do. Like, all you're caring about is, now my eyebrows are super dark. You're just caring about your own stuff. So that means that if you're leaving somebody behind, that's exactly what you're doing, is leaving somebody behind. And God isn't going to let you move forward with that person, because you haven't shown them that you're trustworthy. You haven't done the things that they need you to do, or they ask you for. They have no choice. God isn't going to allow it. Whatever God giveth, God can taketh away. God giveth, God taketh away. Okay, I'm gonna get my I have this other like psychic tick where I'm like, my ear is like, it kind of like hurts. Like, it's like weird. I don't know if that's ear ringing. I don't think that's the same thing. It's like, where it just like kind of feels weird. But imagine if I just continued my life like this, spreading God's message, and just like, I win the lottery, I live in a mansion, but there's this kind of like this sadness because I don't have the love of my life. I don't have my partner, the one I can kiss and hug and smile, like feel excited to see and like get to share, like in the excitement of everything. I just got a new lip liner, and now I don't know where it is. Probably in one of my like bags. I don't know. Yeah, you leave something behind and then you come back for it and you can't find it anymore. And things grow and evolve and change, so it's like not even the same anymore. Like, you grow as people. Now I feel like I lost my lip liner. And I did. I don't know where it is. So I have this bag. The color of it is stone or slate. I don't know. Stone slate. I think it's stone slate sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna do my, even though my eyelashes look dark, I'm gonna do my mascara and then it will look better, and my lips. So like, you want to be able to like dress up for somebody, and like all these outfits and stuff were supposed to be like, I was supposed to like be with my twin flame, like wearing this stuff. So wearing it without him, it's like, this is not how it was supposed to be. So if I'm living in a mansion and stuff, or having dinner, eating food by myself, there's those thoughts in my head of like, I should be with him right now. I should be with the person that I love. I should not be by myself right now. But if I don't trust, or I can't, like, if he doesn't show up for me, then what am I supposed to do? And God is telling me, if I win the lottery, I need to, like, it could happen any day. Like, it could happen today. and I'm supposed to leave whoever behind. I'm not allowed to take them with me. Doesn't matter who it is. Because imagine if he started coming towards me and wanting to be with me, then I would think it's because of the money. Oh, now you want to be with me because I won the lottery. Oh, okay. Then I don't trust. I don't trust. So you got a lot of work to do to build the trust. You got a lot of things that you need to say and do to change it. So, because if that happens, it's like, it's bittersweet. It's like, I gotta move forward. Oh, this is it. It was in my container, my case. And I admit, like, I was getting upset because he left. And didn't tell me. So it's like, that's a normal reaction when you care. You don't do that. You don't just leave and like not tell somebody you love like that you're going anywhere. You have to have respect for your partner and like have good communication. It's very disrespectful. And that you don't want to be disrespected in your relationship. And it's like, God, and I am extremely upset about what's happened. So how are you supposed to fix that? You talk and you explain and you say you're never going to do it again and you keep your word and you work on it and you express yourself. We're not perfect. Nobody expects us to be perfect. When we make a mistake, we need to own up to our mistakes. And then not do it again. But if you keep doing it over and over again, that's how you lose trust. Because how am I supposed to trust you? This isn't like the right color, but it's kind of close. So I think if I use both of these, that might be good. I'm gonna put this one on first. This is the cinnamon bun. And then I'm gonna do this one. Oh yeah. I'm like traumatized, like not having my person. That's the most important thing in life. Like sharing everything together. Working on things together. Like sharing your life together. You don't just leave. Because that means you're sharing your life with other people. And that's what irritates me. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you sharing your life with other people? Like, what are you doing? And I don't want to cry when I just did my makeup. Like, how can you say you love me 1 minute and then leave and not tell me that you went anywhere, and then come back like I'm supposed to be okay?